Blessings to you, beloved soul. Your guardian angel is here, and you are so deeply loved. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. This is our only official channel. Please beware of copycat and pirated channels, and stay connected to the original source for authentic angel messages and true blessings. Before you go any further, stop for just a moment. Take a breath, because what you are about to hear is not just another message. This is a divine confirmation that has been sent directly to you today, at this exact moment in your life. Something is happening right now in the spiritual realm that involves your heart, your future, and a love that has never truly left you. And if you have ever wondered whether heaven has heard your prayers, whether someone out there still thinks of you, whether the love you have been holding on to so tightly still has a chance, stay with me, because this message is the answer you have been waiting for. Dear one, heaven has something very special to deliver to you today. And this message has everything to do with your heart. What has been revealed is strong, it is true, and it carries a beautiful promise. The life you have longed to live beside the one you love is drawing closer. What is about to happen will bring you a joy you have not felt in a long time. God has heard the prayers made with faith. Everything you have truly wished for is now being carefully prepared. This revelation comes to remind you that the time of waiting was not in vain. Something is forming for you. Something that involves your soulmate, and it will change the way you see your future. The life you dreamed of is no longer far away. It is being drawn out to become your reality. What was shown to me is a message that comes as a direct answer from heaven. It is about love. It is about the sincere desire to live something mutual, light, and present. And that is exactly what is being aligned right now. You and your soulmate are at the center of a plan that was blessed, a plan that was cared for, a plan that was never forgotten. And I am here to confirm that the fulfillment of this love is closer than you imagine. The person who lives in your heart is also part of this revelation. Their love plays an essential role in what is about to unfold. There is a living, true feeling that has not been set aside. On the contrary, it is being strengthened with actions that come from deep within. And now everything points to a closeness filled with intention and devotion. What is coming is meant to be lived with an awakened heart. I do not bring empty promises or beautiful words meant only to comfort. I come with real news, with something happening in the spiritual realm that has been accepted by God and is now being released to unfold in your life. And this release involves the realization of a love that has always been strong but now also has direction. What is about to happen will touch you in a different way, because this is not only about hearing that something good will happen. You will see it. You will feel it. You will recognize that everything is being prepared. This new chapter comes to you in a gentle, true way, with all the care you deserve. The happiness that is coming is real, and it is directly tied to the presence of the one your heart has never forgotten. This revelation arrives as a gift, as a spiritual embrace sent especially to remind you that your name has been cared for in heaven, that your love was never ignored, that your story with this special person still has so much left to be lived. And that time is approaching. What was once only desire is now taking shape because the faith you placed in this feeling is being honored. What your soulmate feels is not small. It is not confusing. It is something mature, clear, and filled with affection. This person has been thinking more deeply about what really matters. And what matters is being by your side. The desire to live this story truthfully is being nurtured with actions that will surprise you. Heaven has heard every offering made from the heart and now begins to act in favor of this love. You are not tied to the past, and this message is not about that. It is about the present that is being carefully built. It is about a future that already has a foundation, already has feelings, already has a place inside two hearts that never stopped calling out to each other. And now that everything has been accepted in the spiritual realm, fulfillment begins to manifest in the real world. Everything you have lived until now has been preparation, not to leave you waiting for something undefined, but to align time, emotions, and feelings. And now that this process has been respected, the life you dreamed of is about to draw near with strength. Your soulmate feels it, and even if you do not yet know all the details, heaven made sure to give you this confirmation first so your heart can open to what is coming. With care and full authority, I tell you, something is about to happen. And this revelation has arrived to make you ready. You are not imagining things. This feeling has roots, has truth, and is being blessed. God wants you to live this love with courage, with presence, with maturity. And He wants you to know right now that the news coming your way is good, very good. It will bring peace, joy, and renewed hope. The connection between you and your soulmate has not been lost. It only needed time. And now that time becomes your ally. Everything you wish to live with this person is closer than ever to becoming real, with actions that show just how alive this love still is. The answer has arrived. The confirmation has come. And now it is time to get ready. Dear one, God allowed a very important connection to be safeguarded until the right time came. And that time has now arrived. The news I bring you is an answer to something that was asked for with faith. And now it shows up with direction. And that direction points straight toward the life you have always wanted to live alongside your soulmate. You may have gone through moments of doubt, through seasons when it felt like nothing would ever make sense again. But even in those days, something inside you never stopped believing. Not because everything was clear, but because your heart felt that something was still on its way. And it was. What has been released in the higher realms has a purpose to place you and your soulmate at the start of a new chapter built on a love that never lost its essence. The person you hold so dearly in your heart is also wrapped in this divine care. It is not about wondering whether there are still feelings. It is about recognizing that this love is still alive, matured now with a true desire to walk a new path. And what is about to happen is not just anything. It is an action filled with truth, prepared with calm, considered with seriousness, and directed straight to you. Heaven heard the request so clearly that it left no doubts. The answer came strong, as a sign that the waiting time was not wasted but was instead a time of preparation. Preparation of the heart, preparation of the spirit, preparation to live a love that can now bloom with peace, with reciprocity, and with genuine intention. And I come to you so that you know this change is already in motion. What is coming carries the strength of something built with devotion. Your soulmate never gave up on the feeling, only needed time to align with all that this love represents. And now, with greater maturity and a deeper awareness of what is felt, this person is opening up to a new chance. Not just any chance, but a choice made from the heart. Because when truth is present, nothing needs to be forced. It only needs to be allowed to happen. This person is being guided by something greater. And this impulse is not driven by haste but by clarity. The desire to live this love is turning into action. And that changes everything. It is no longer about imagining what could be. It is about living what is now being allowed to unfold. You are being prepared to witness up close what once seemed too far away. And this closeness will move you deeply. You will realize that something has shifted not only around you but within you. The revelation arriving now is meant to open space in your heart to receive, because something good is coming your way. something that needs to be embraced with maturity, something uplifting, something that brings relief and renewed hope. And this good news carries the name of the one you could never forget. The connection between you and your soulmate was protected until the appointed time. And what was allowed in the spiritual realm is now beginning to take form in real life. Actions are starting to appear. Genuine movements, whether small or big, but all filled with intention. The presence you long for is closer. The love you prayed for is more alive than ever. And this will become clear in the steps ahead. The life you always dreamed of is no longer just in your thoughts. It is drawing near with truth, with presence, with the will to make it work. And you deserve to live it because this love was built on real feeling. God has seen what you carried in your heart. And now He places in your hands an opportunity full of meaning. Something is being prepared with such care that even the smallest invisible details are being aligned, and you are part of it. The news that is about to reach you involves the presence of someone who carries a true feeling for you. A love that, even in silence, never stopped believing there was still something special between the two of you. Heaven does not release a revelation like this by chance. This message comes filled with hope, but also with confirmation. You are about to be touched by a truth that will fill spaces that have been kept deep inside your heart. This news has a name, a destination, and a purpose. And that purpose is to make you realize that your love is closer than it has ever been. Real life is about to show what the spiritual plan has already confirmed. An action is about to take place. And this action will be like a key opening a new chapter. You will not need to force yourself to understand. When it happens, you will feel it. You will recognize it in the look, in the words, and in the way this person approaches you, that this story has value, that it is worth opening your heart. This person has been carrying a strong desire to build something with you. It is not something fleeting, much less emotional confusion. It is a clear feeling that has matured over time. The desire to be by your side has been nurtured with truth. And now it is starting to turn into a decision. A choice that comes with courage and the will to make it work. Maybe for a while you stopped believing. Maybe you felt like everything was too far away or even impossible. But something inside you always insisted on keeping the feeling alive. And that was not in vain. The faith you held on to, even without knowing what was coming, now turns into an answer. News arrives, and action happens, and everything starts to make sense. This person is not coming out of impulse. They are coming with intention. They are coming with a real desire to live what still beats in their chest. And the most beautiful part of all this is that heaven is supporting this movement. It is protecting this love. It is clearing the path so that when this news reaches you, it finds an open heart ready to live something real. You do not need to force anything. You do not need to chase after it. Just prepare yourself inwardly, because what is about to happen will come with enough strength to show you that the love you felt was never alone, that this feeling is mutual, and that the life you dreamed of by this person's side has everything it takes to become reality. Something very beautiful is coming your way. News that involves a heart that never stopped wishing you well. News that brings with it the chance to start something new. Not out of obligation, but out of desire, out of will, out of love. You will be moved when you realize how everything was cared for, how each detail of this approach is being blessed, and most importantly, how this person's feelings are sincere. This person wants to be with you. They want to offer you the purest part of their heart. And they are coming with the courage of someone who understood that the time of silent feelings is over. Now is the time to act. This love is being transformed into action. And this action comes with the intention to build, to live, to share. This person does not want to keep you only in their thoughts anymore. They want to see you. They want to hear you. They want to be present. A new emotion is being born in your soulmate's heart, and it did not come by chance. This emotion is not light or fleeting. It is intense, real, impossible to ignore. Something inside this person has shifted as if a deep certainty has awakened with strength. And that certainty points directly to you. The feeling has matured and now it is asking to be lived with presence, with devotion, and with courage. This person is feeling something so strong that they can no longer keep it just for themselves. Their thoughts are turning to you more often, with more clarity, with a greater longing to be close. The feeling that once seemed under control now beats with intensity. And that intensity is being channeled into an approaching action. Not just any action, but a step forward born from true love. Your soulmate is in a moment of transformation where the feeling does not just remain but expands. And as it expands, it asks for passage. It asks for space. It asks for presence. And all of this is directed toward you because you are part of what keeps this love alive. This person is finding within their own heart everything that needed to be acknowledged. And what is being acknowledged now is how important you are, how strong this feeling is, and how necessary it is to let this emotion turn into action. Heaven is not just watching, it is acting. It is allowing your soulmate's heart to be guided by a certainty that does not depend on rehearsed words, but on real actions. And that is why this step closer will be so meaningful. Because it will not be driven by impulse but by maturity, by the will to build something solid with you. Your soulmate wants to be by your side, not out of need but out of choice, out of recognition, because the feeling has grown to the point of becoming a priority. The joy being born in this heart is no accident. It is the result of a connection that never stopped existing. And now, with the right time approaching, this person is willing to do whatever it takes to show you how much you matter. You are part of their plans. You are part of their thoughts. And you are part of a future that has already begun to be dreamed of with more certainty. The connection between you two did not stay frozen in time. While the days passed, heaven was writing a new chapter of this story with the kind of care only true love can awaken. And now that chapter is beginning to move from the invisible into your reality. What once seemed like just a hope kept inside your heart is now taking shape with direction, intention, and blessing. The love that surrounds you and your soulmate has never been ignored by God. Every feeling kept, every sincere thought, every silent prayer was heard. And when something is born in truth, time does not erase it, prepares it. What you once wished for in faith is now being answered with actions. And those actions are paving the way for this life together to be built on solid ground. Your soulmate is making important decisions that directly involve you, not out of impulse, but out of a genuine desire to be part of your life with truth, presence, and emotional maturity. This person has recognized that you are part of a plan for happiness that can no longer be postponed, and they are willing to walk toward you in a light but deeply committed way. What is about to happen is the transition from what was once only dreamed into what is now ready to be lived. Heaven is guiding everything carefully, not to rush the timing but to ensure that every step is taken with certainty. The decision to move in your direction was made with peace, with the will to live a new phase by your side, without doubts, without masks, without confusion. This person wants a life with you, a life of being present not only on the good days but also on the challenging ones. Because this feeling is mature enough to understand that love is more than just emotion. It is a daily choice, and that choice is being made right now, built on everything that has been learned, felt, and cherished along the way. The shared life you have always wanted is no longer distant. It is being written with faith, with courage, and with hope. Every step your soulmate is taking has you as the destination. Not out of need, but out of conviction, because this person has understood that true happiness flows through you. And they have decided to make that happiness real. Wait, before we continue, your angels are asking me to pause for a moment. This part of today's message is not for everyone. In fact, out of all the people listening right now, only a small number will truly understand why these words are appearing. Because someone listening has been facing the same frustration over and over again. Different day, different circumstances, same feeling. You keep trying, you keep praying, yet something still feels blocked. And if that's you, I need you to listen carefully. Because your angels are showing me someone who has been carrying a question in their heart for a long time. A question you've whispered when nobody else was around. A prayer you've repeated late at night. God, what am I missing? Why does it feel like my breakthrough is always just beyond reach? Why can't I seem to hear the direction I'm asking for? If you've ever prayed those words, today's message may be arriving at exactly the right time. Your angels want you to understand something important. Not every delay is a denial. Not every obstacle is standing in your way. Sometimes the thing blocking your next step isn't outside of you. It's the noise surrounding you, the constant overthinking, the mental exhaustion, the endless stream of worries, doubts, distractions, and fears that make it difficult to recognize the guidance you've been asking for. Because divine guidance rarely arrives as chaos. It usually arrives as clarity, as peace, as a quiet knowing. And that's why I feel guided to share something unusual. A while ago, something kept appearing in my path again and again. First, I ignored it, but the more I learned about it, the more I understood why it might resonate with certain people hearing today's message. It's called the genius wave. Before I tell you why it stood out, let me share something. I read about a woman who felt stuck for years, not because she lacked intelligence, not because she lacked effort. She was simply overwhelmed. Her mind was constantly racing. She second-guessed every decision. She felt disconnected from her intuition and uncertain about her future. What changed wasn't her circumstances overnight. What changed was her ability to create moments of calm, focus, and mental clarity. And once the mental fog began lifting, she started noticing opportunities, ideas, and solutions she had previously overlooked. That story stayed with me because so many people in this community describe feeling the exact same way. The Genius Wave is a short daily audio experience designed to help guide the mind into a deeply relaxed state through specialized sound frequencies. Many users report feeling calmer, more focused, more creative, and more connected to their intuition after using it. Individual experiences vary, and results are not guaranteed. And as I reflected on today's angel message, one thought kept returning to me. What if the breakthrough you've been praying for isn't waiting somewhere far in the future? What if it's waiting on the other side of the mental noise you've been carrying today? What if the answers you're seeking aren't absent? What if they've simply been harder to hear? Imagine waking up with a greater sense of peace. Imagine making decisions without constantly doubting yourself. Imagine feeling confident, focused, and emotionally lighter. Imagine receiving the opportunity, relationship, or blessing you've been praying for, and actually feeling ready to recognize it when it arrives. And imagine looking back 6 months from now and realizing that this was the moment everything started shifting. For some people listening, this won't just be information. It will be confirmation. Confirmation that it's time to stop fighting through the noise and start creating space for clarity. If something inside you is stirring right now, don't ignore it and tell yourself you'll come back later. Trust your discernment. Pray about it. Reflect on it. And if it resonates with your spirit, you can learn more through the link in the video description and pinned comment. Sometimes answers arrive through prayer, sometimes through people, sometimes through unexpected signs, and sometimes through resources that appear at exactly the moment you're ready to receive them. Now remember this, your angels are not asking you to force your breakthrough. They are asking you to become ready for it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's return to the message your angels brought you here to hear today. This person no longer wants to live wondering what could have been. They want to live by your side what still can be. And that is what makes this phase so special, because it comes with presence, with surrender, with the genuine desire to fully be part of your life. Heaven has prepared everything with such care that you will realize nothing is out of place. Every detail, every coincidence, every moment of closeness that begins to appear will make sense. And you will feel in your heart that life beside your soulmate is not some distant dream. It is a reality being built on the faith you have held on to until now. There is an alignment taking place between what you feel and what this person also longs for. It is as if your emotions are meeting at the same time. A safe, blessed time, prepared with maturity, so that what you are about to live now will have roots, lightness, and truth. You have waited long enough, and now you are being called to prepare yourself for something that is truly worth it. This person's presence in your life will no longer be just a memory. It will be action. It will be care. It will be building. This person is feeling the call to act. And that action will change everything inside you. Not because it will be forced, but because it will happen with truth. You will feel in the gaze, in the way they draw near, that there is sincerity in every detail. Life alongside your soulmate has already begun to take shape, built on conscious choices, matured feelings, and a true desire to walk together. And you will witness all of it. What is coming no longer depends on assumptions, because this person is being led to act with strength. And when that happens, you will realize that the waiting was worth it. Not because of the time itself, but because of the transformation it brought. You can trust in what is being prepared. This connection was never abandoned. It was strengthened, and now it is being guided to become what you always dreamed of. The building of a life together begins with a choice, and that choice is being made now with the heart, with faith, and with God's blessing, because this love deserves to be lived in peace. In the coming days, something will show you that this revelation is true. You will feel that everything is clearer, that something has shifted in the air, that the signs which once seemed scattered now make sense. This person has already understood that you are not just someone from the past. You are part of what is yet to come. The decision that is about to transform your life was not born out of chance. It was asked for with truth, with emotion, with tears carrying deep feeling. And when a prayer is made with such surrender, heaven listens. God listened carefully to everything that was said. Every word spoken by your soulmate reached him with a strength that cannot be ignored. This love was never treated as something ordinary. It was carried to heaven with respect, with hope, with the certainty that if it still lived in their hearts, it deserved another chance. Your soulmate asked to be by your side without doubts, without pressure, without open wounds. They asked for a love that would bring clarity, that would give both of you the chance to live something built on what had already been felt and on the desire to make it work from here on out. And that prayer was heard with deep attention. From the moment of that prayer, Everything that was confused began to find direction. The answer is coming, and you will notice it not through words that sound rehearsed but through actions born from a spiritual surrender. Everything that is being aligned right now has its origin in that request made with tears. Tears that did not ask for speed but for light, for care, for the chance to live this love with maturity and with presence. This person came before God with a completely open heart and brought your name. They asked for you. They asked to find you in the right way. They asked for courage to act with truth. And all of that is now being answered. That is why you will notice a change, because something very deep has been released in the spiritual realm. Nothing that is asked for with sincere love goes unanswered. And this answer is arriving with strength, with blessing, with direction, not as an illusion but as a realization. The love you felt and maybe tried to forget was never ignored. It was presented with respect before heaven. And now everything that was asked for with tears is turning into true actions. The time of confusion is ending. What comes from here is a love purified by prayers, recognized by surrender, and now ready to be lived in peace. Take a quick second before we move forward. Many channels are reposting and copying our content, but authentic energy cannot be duplicated. For the strongest positive connection and divine guidance, always listen from the original Angel's Message for You channel with the black logo base. Now, let's continue with the message your angels want you to hear. This closeness that is about to happen will not be confusing nor forced. It will be the reflection of a love that was presented with spiritual maturity. When faith meets the right time, the impossible makes room for what is true. And you are about to see that happen before your very eyes. What is approaching carries the intensity of everything that has ever been felt in silence. But this time it will not stay hidden. It will be lived. It will be seen. It will be felt in the gaze, in the presence, in the way your soulmate will show you without hesitation that you are still an essential part of everything they want to live from now on. Your soulmate no longer wants to keep this love stored away in memories. They want to live with you what has not yet been fully lived. They want to be present in your days. They want to be part of your life in a new way, more conscious and more genuine. This person does not just want to get close. They want to commit to the reality of being by your side, to the choices of everyday life, to the care required for this love to be treated the right way. Heaven has authorized this, and the intensity with which all of this will be lived will move you. It will remind you that it was worth believing, even on the days you doubted, even in the moments you thought about giving up. Because when love is true, it finds the right time to bloom. And that time has come. You will be touched by actions that reveal a deep regret for the pauses but also a profound courage for choosing to act now. This will bring you relief. It will heal wounds that still hurt in silence. It will give you the strength to open your heart once again with the confidence that now there is truth on both sides. Everything your soul carried for so long will be acknowledged, not with empty words but with clear demonstrations that you are part of a bond that was never forgotten. This person wants to show you that love has matured, that the feeling has taken shape, and that the time of watching from a distance has come to an end. Now it is time to act with an open heart. And when that moment comes, you will understand why everything had to wait. You will realize the time was not lost. It was necessary, because now you and your soulmate are ready to live something with real value, something transformative, something that time cannot undo. Because what is true when cared for only grows stronger. The future that has always had your name on it is approaching with steady steps. What once seemed impossible now begins to make sense. You will clearly realize that you are living the beginning of a story that is not built in a rush but in devotion. There is no doubt about what will be lived. Only the decision to transform what was once a wish into presence. This person's heart has chosen you, and they are ready to prove it. You will look into this person's eyes and feel that something has been healed. You will notice that the words once held back will now be spoken freely. Not because everything has become perfect, but because love, when it is true, does not need complicated explanations. It only needs to be felt with honesty. This life alongside the one you love so deeply will no longer be a fantasy. It will be a real path, and every step taken will feel like a relief for what once seemed lost. But nothing was lost. Everything was cared for. Everything was allowed by God so that this moment would arrive with the strength of something built with intention. God saw your surrender. He felt your pain. He noticed your faith. And now He gives you a rare opportunity to live a love that was guarded, respected, and cared for until it was ready to be lived in the right way. This future that is arriving will not be made of empty promises. It will be built on real actions, on honest conversations, on plans made together, and most importantly, on a connection that survived time and now has the chance to be lived with full maturity. Nothing you have lived until now has been ignored. Every prayer said in silence, every wish kept with care, every tear of longing, all were taken into careful account. The time that felt empty was actually full of preparation. You are about to live something that will mark your story, not with fleeting excitement but with a deep feeling of fulfillment. This news that is coming is not ordinary. It is an answer. It is the reflection of a love that never stopped beating even when it seemed far away. And now that love is ready to walk by your side with truth, with maturity, with the kind of presence that transforms days and soothes the heart, your soulmate will come closer with clear actions and sincere intentions. And you will recognize it without needing explanations, because the heart always knows when something is real. The message given to you is not meant to leave you hanging, but to prepare your heart to receive. And receiving requires space. So allow yourself to let go of fears that no longer serve you, doubts that only get in the way, and memories that only hurt. What is coming is new. It is pure. It is guided by something greater than you can control. And everything that comes from God carries purpose. You can trust. You can rest your heart. Heaven would not have given you this revelation if it were not the right time. A season where love will not be confusing, where words will be spoken in truth, where your soulmate's presence will not be a question but a certainty. The answer you have waited so long for will not be delayed any longer. And it will come with actions that show you that you are indeed important, that this love is worth it, that the future is ready to happen. What awaits you is more than a beautiful moment. It is a cycle of life opening, a time when care will be mutual, when decisions will be made together, when affection will be shown not only with words but with presence. Your soulmate wants to be part of your days. They want to share life with you, and they are coming with a real desire to stay. This is the beginning of a phase that will be marked by peace, growth, and tenderness. The time to wait is ending. The time to live is beginning, and your heart already feels it. So pay attention to the signs. Do not doubt what you already know inside yourself. You will be guided to recognize this moment. And when it happens, you will not need to chase answers. They will come to you with lightness, with truth, with the clarity that everything that once seemed distant is finally within your reach. And if for some reason you still carry a little fear, remember this. God does not waste a true love. He cares for it. He prepares it. He delivers it at the right time. And that time is now, right before your eyes. What is coming is the fulfillment of what you kept alive inside you, even when everything around you said otherwise. Now the time has come to live this love as it was always meant to be. Heaven is giving you the life you dreamed of, and it begins now. There is a living truth unfolding right now in your life, and heaven wants you to be fully aware of it. The universe does not operate in accidents. Every single moment that led you here, every prayer whispered in the dark, every night you held on when letting go would have been easier, all of it was being counted. All of it was being woven together by hands far more capable than our own. And now you are standing at a threshold. On the other side of it is a version of your life that you have only ever been able to imagine. A version where love is no longer something you are reaching for from a distance, but something you are actually living, breathing, and building day by day. Your soulmate is not a stranger to this feeling. They have been on their own journey, their own walk through the quiet seasons, their own nights of wondering. And somewhere along the way, this person found clarity. They found the truth of what they feel, and more importantly, they found the courage to do something about it. That courage is what is now moving through the spiritual realm like a warm light, finding its way to you, reaching across every distance and every doubt, arriving exactly when it was meant to. Do not be afraid of what is coming. Do not let the voice of past hurt convince you that this too will disappoint. Heaven is not in the business of preparing hearts only to break them. When something is aligned from above, it arrives with a different kind of energy. You will feel it. There is a steadiness to it, a peace underneath the excitement, a knowing that goes deeper than emotion. That is how you will recognize this. Not by fireworks alone, but by a quiet inner certainty that says, this is real. This is the one. This is the moment I have been holding my breath for. And you deserve to exhale now. You deserve to let your shoulders drop and your heart open. You have done the hard work of hoping when hope was costly. You have done the sacred work of keeping your heart soft when hardening it would have been so much easier. That softness is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the very thing that made you able to receive what heaven is now sending your way. The spiritual path has never been about suffering endlessly. It has always been about transformation, and you have been transformed. The version of you that is about to receive this love is not the same version that first began to wish for it. You have grown. You have deepened. You have developed the kind of inner strength that allows love to land well, to take root, to grow into something that lasts. This is what heaven saw in you. This is why this confirmation was sent. Because you are ready. Because the timing is right. Because the love you have held in your heart with such quiet faithfulness has been seen, honored, and is now being returned to you in full. So hold your head up, beloved soul. Breathe, trust, open your hands and your heart, because something extraordinary is already on its way. There are people who read messages like this and wonder if it is really meant for them. If somehow the blessing passed them by. If they are the exception rather than the one being spoken to. And I want to speak directly to that part of you right now. Yes, this is for you. Not for a general crowd. Not for someone else in a different city with a different story. This message was placed in front of your eyes today, in this moment, because heaven chose this timing for you specifically. Your name has been known in the Spirit long before you ever uttered it in prayer. Your story is not hidden from God. It is written, it is seen, and it is being actively shaped towards something beautiful. You may have been told at some point that love like this does not exist for people like you, or that it is too late, or that too much has happened for things to work out. Those words were never from heaven. They were from fear, from limitation, from the small voice that tries to keep us safe by keeping us small. Heaven speaks differently. Heaven says it is not too late. Heaven says this love is real. Heaven says you were made for this and this was prepared for you. And so as you go forward from this moment, carry this message in your heart like a warm light. When doubt tries to creep in, return to what was revealed here. When the days feel long and you wonder if the promise is still true, remember that heaven does not move on human timetables. It moves on divine ones. And everything being aligned for you right now is on schedule. Not a day late, not a moment wasted. The love that is coming to you is not something fragile. It is not built on sand. It is rooted in something deep and lasting. And it is going to show you things about life, about yourself, about what two people can build together when they choose each other with full hearts that you have never experienced before. This is not the end of a long wait. This is the beginning of something that will unfold beautifully for years to come. Receive it with joy. Walk into it with confidence. And know that every single step of the way, heaven is walking with you. And always remember, your guardian angel will always be here, guiding you, protecting you, and walking with you every single day. May heaven's blessing always be upon you, bringing peace, courage, and clarity to face every challenge. Know that you will never be alone. You are sent strength and infinite love so you can remain steadfast, confident, and radiant on your path. May divine peace and blessing be with you today and always. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a divine space, a sanctuary for the soul. If you're new to this channel, think of this as your spiritual home. It's a sacred space created intentionally for faith to grow, purpose to be sparked, and God-given destinies to be confirmed and lived out. We are busy building a lively community deeply rooted in the rich soil of God's unconditional love, a place where heaven truly speaks into our lives and deep, lasting change regularly happens. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because God undoubtedly has so much more to reveal and bring about in your unique life journey. You genuinely don't want to miss what the divine is preparing to do next in and through you. Consider making a generous Ko-Fi Super Thanks contribution if you feel moved to support our efforts of spreading divine messages. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or $50, your contribution enables us to continue sharing these profound messages of healing and hope with the world. Spreading the word is just the beginning of our mission. Hearts are being healed, hope is being renewed, and souls are being guided back to the light. Your support helps us realize our shared goal of making a positive impact. Your generosity, no matter how small, is what keeps our community thriving and bringing people together in love on this sacred journey. We are all interconnected, and we will rise as one. To help us rise, please press the hype button on this video. This new feature allows our community to collectively lift this message up, ensuring it reaches every corner of the world. By uniting, we can conquer this. Let us wholeheartedly embrace the abundance that lies ahead. Amen.